Hi, Bethany. This is Janet Marotte responding to your post using the justice lens to analyze the AIDS poster case. I wanted to start with saying that I appreciated how you focused your post on the questions that you would use to guide the direction of the meeting, that would guide the research that you would do prior to gathering any data pertinent to this case. I particularly liked you asking the questions about when are condoms or contraceptive first introduced in the standards. That is an important point to make for sure, considering, like you mentioned, that sixth and now soon fifth grade students would be exposed to this, these postings around the school, as well as you talked about whether or not there's a parent opt-out policy, which is common with sex education. So, there would be students walking the halls that surely had been opted out of this kind of curriculum. So that's a good question that I liked that you asked as well. One thing I was thinking about is you said that you would suggest during the meeting with the superintendent that possibly a parent survey and opt-out process should be put in place if it hasn't already been done so. So I was wondering, if a majority revealed through those types of things that they weren't in favor of it, or if the opt-out policy was implemented, that would potentially pretty easily lead to this poster project being discontinued, or at least transitioned to possibly only having the posters posted in the classroom where the content was taught. So that would be, something to consider. That would be kind of a judgment that would be made based on that. One thing I thought about through the reading I did on the justice case is, it had mentioned that, is there a law, right, or policy that relates to the case? And there is. The school board had approved this for seventh grade. So it has gone through channels, not even just state, but locally. And that is an important point to consider. I liked that you addressed during your questions also that the rights of the individual versus the rights of the common good of the community always need to be considered. I think that's a big aspect to consider, since we know that in this community, pregnancy is an issue, even in this middle school community. So the greater good of the community definitely needs to be considered, as you mentioned. One thought I had was that during the meeting with the superintendent, possibly suggesting a special session with the school board about the meeting, just to kind of make a universal recommendation for the whole district. So this isn't just an isolated decision made, and stressing during that meeting that one goal within education is to provide equality of educational opportunity and to allow freedom of belief on either side of the issue, and also to educate students to be free and have just people emerge from our schools. So just what message that would send to our students if we discontinued this, versus allowing it to be more of a, both sides being represented type of situation. So thank you very much.